Hey everyone, welcome to the July Q&A, and as always, let's just get right to it. First question comes to us from Jeff. I always have a question about focal length and lens distortion. What is the best focal length for portraits? That's a great question. So let me just tell you what we do in the practical application of it. I find that anything that starts getting wide, 50 millimeter, your 24-70, and of course anything wider than a 50 millimeter is going to start to cause distortion. Make certain features look bigger than others, make them look heavier, make the nose look bigger, ears look bigger, eyes look bigger, and you never know, that might actually be the look you're going for. But as a general rule, I try to stay away from that. When we're photographing for portraits, I use my 7200, and I'll usually zoom in to about 150 or 200. So obviously I've got to move back. If I want to get closer, another lens I use, which is my go-to, is my 85 millimeter 1.2 from Canon. Those are my two portrait lenses. Rarely am I making a portrait with a 50 millimeter lens or anything even wider. I just don't like the way it looks. It doesn't have that that pop, if you will, with the camera. So stay away from that. Again, unless that's a look you're going for. So some photographers will do that, and it does have a really good, an interesting look. Let's put it that way. So 85 millimeter for me, 7200. This one comes from Addie. How do you get your couples to add on pages to their wedding album? We offer albums with our packages now, and our couples love it. We use the album worksheet, so instead of our couple adding on pages, they try to narrow down their pictures to get them to fit to the album worksheet. What Addie's talking about here is we give our clients a worksheet which encourages them to pick a certain amount of pictures per section of the day. If they go over that, they have to add more pages to the album. Addie, your question is basically saying, how do we get them to add more pages versus going, no, we don't need more pages, we'll narrow it down. The key there is in the way you're presenting the images. We create so many amazing images for them, and pause there, right? I'm not saying we're amazing, we create amazing images for our clients. We create images they can't live without. That's gonna be the challenge for you, right? And a little bit of that comes back down to post-production. And so how are you editing those images in post-production? That's what I mean by amazing images. So you and I can be in the same room, same scene, take the same shot, but if you just show them a standard color image, and I'm showing them maybe an HDR style black and white that's been dodged and burned, things along those lines, that becomes an image the client can't live without. And that's what we try to do. So we try to show them 25 to 50 special edits from their wedding day, and then we try to show them one or two what I call signature edits. And those are those big, grandiose style images, if not more, right? Big architecture, big sky, and then the couple smaller in the frame. So that's how we do it. And if you're not presenting it that way, you're gonna run into problems with them because then they're gonna believe they can live without it. And we have to create something our clients feel like they can't live without. Next question comes to us from Brian. If you could give 3 pieces of advice to improve someone's business, what would they be? That's interesting. 3 pieces of advice. First of all, never stop learning. That's number 1. Be a businessman first. That's number 2. And challenge yourself to stand out from the crowd every single day. And that comes down to customer service. You start doing those 3 things, I promise you, your business is going to stand out. And if you think you're doing those 3 things, that's probably part of the problem. So every day we wake up, I want to learn something new. Every day I wake up, I want to make sure I'm giving my customers great service. Every day I wake up, I want to make sure I'm just challenging myself to be the best business person and entrepreneur I can possibly be. So when I wake up tomorrow morning, I've not convinced myself that I've accomplished those things, right? It's a daily thing. It's a journey. It's not a destination. So hopefully that helps you, Brian. Next question comes to us from Samantha. What do you say and do when you literally just begin to walk someone through your packages and they stop and say they already know what they want the bottom package? How can you turn it around from that? Well, that's really interesting, Samantha, because I don't know how they would know they want the bottom package when, if you're following our practices, you're starting at the top. So they should never have even seen that bottom package to know that they want it. So that should not happen. And I can honestly say in 9 years, that's never happened. So you got me stumped here. I don't know why that's happening. I feel like maybe you're doing something different in the sales process, wrong in the sales process. We start with that top package. Prior to walking in the door, all they know is what our prices start at. And if they were to say, if that were to happen and they say, no, we don't have budget for this, I would say, yeah, no problem. Let me just walk you through everything so you understand what everything is. That's how I would walk through it, still taking them through the packages because you never know. You may be able to convince them and convert them. Next question comes to us from Star. What is a trick to keeping a senior portrait session down to 1 to 2 hours while shooting for an album? Is there a formula to follow? Posing, number of shots? That's really an interesting question. No one's really ever asked me that. But there is a formula we follow. For us, our high school seniors, our shoots are about 2 hours long, 5 outfits. So we break it down from the 5 outfits. Each outfit, I want to be able to produce 100 to 125-ish images in each outfit. And that allows me to get through an outfit in roughly 15 minutes. But there's other pieces that go along with that, right? You've got to shoot tight, middle, wide, and you've got to move at a faster pace. You can't be shooting a senior session and just walking around. Oh, wow, look at that brick wall. It's so beautiful. Oh, it's nice over there. No, man. You got to pull up with purpose. You've got 5 outfits, 5 locations, 15 minutes per, and that allows you plenty of time, okay, to change and drive to the next location. And we are done with our senior sessions in an hour and a half to 2 hours, no matter where we're going. Next question comes to us from Ayla. How do you close a Skype sale when you can't do in-person sales due to the distance? Do you give the client a period of time that their invoice needs to be paid? If you log off the Skype call, do the clients tend to think that they're about their order and call back the next morning and change it? No, Ayla, I mean, we run it the same way we run it in studio, but maybe a little bit different in that we're going to have that Skype call. We're not walking them through every image on the Skype call. That would be insane. It's just not going to render quickly. What we do is we walk them through the packages, we show them all the product we offer, and then we tell them those packages expire. Give them 48 hours, right? And then let them walk through their web gallery. We use ShootProof. Let them walk through that web gallery and see what they want, and then we help them. So we tell them, here are the images we think should be big prints in their home. We identify those for the client. Excuse me, ShootProof allows you to do that, to star those images and flag them. Next question comes to us from Lou. I'd like to discuss how to get started at home. Setting up a home studio, gear needed, cost relationships, pricing, packaging, marketing, referrals, how to sustain and then grow your business once you are established, taxes, fees, kind of a start to finish. Lou, are you being serious right now? That's like a 4-hour conversation, man. It's a great, great question. There are a lot of things we have that are going on. Did you check out School of Photography? So check out sopsc.com. We have a course in session, well worth your time and money, 12-week session where we can educate you literally on every aspect that you're asking. But brother, I would be here for the next 4 hours, and I think my team would murder me if I kept talking about all this stuff. Lots of great questions, Lou. The problem with all this is when you start thinking about how to sustain and then grow your business once you're established, it's all about the journey. How about that? How about we go with this? It is a journey. I'm in business now 9 years, I believe, 8 or 9 years. And in that 8 or 9 years, I can honestly look at you and tell you what we're doing today, I never thought we would have been doing when we started this journey 8 or 9 years ago. We had no idea what to expect. And that just, through that experience, I know that I have no idea what tomorrow holds for me. But every day I wake up, I want to be better than I was the day before. I want to be a better photographer, a better business person. I want to learn more, and I want to rid my business of mistakes. So we all make mistakes every day in our business and our personal lives. If we don't learn from them, we're horrible business people, right? And then, so we've got to learn from those mistakes. And something I like to say all the time to my own staff is run into a new wall, right? Just find a new wall, run into it, make a new mistake, and your business will continue to grow that way. Next question comes to us from Rodrigo. One of my high school seniors is having a hard time to get referrals because the parents and the schools are offering free pictures to the whole class. Wow. My ambassador keeps getting the same objection. Why should I pay for pictures when XYZ dad is doing them for free? We have shared the experience and quality of work, but they still are not buying. Any tips? Well, I mean, Rodrigo, you have the answer right there. Why should they buy from you when they're getting free pictures from Susie's dad? You tell me, brother. If you don't know why you're better than them besides the experience and quality of work, that means your clients are not getting that messaging, right? So if you think you're better from quality and you think you're better from the experience you offer, I'm not debating that with you. I have no idea what experience you offer. But what I'm saying to you is if the client doesn't understand that or appreciate it, perception becomes reality. So you have to create an experience where people are like, it's incredible, it's well worth the money. Now, they may be saying that, I have no idea. But that becomes the challenge. So for all of us as business people and entrepreneurs and photographers, it's really easy for us to think we're doing everything right? We get very defensive, very, very, blind. We put blinders on. And if you're going to put those blinders on with your business, man, it's really, really tough to grow your business. Instead, look for any validity that you're seeing in the statement being made, even though it might be an attacking statement? Is there any validity to it? Sometimes there will be, sometimes there won't. In a case like this, the first thing that's coming to my mind, Rodrigo, is that at the end of the day, there is no perceivable difference. So you've got to work harder on making that difference more apparent. Next question comes to us from Annette. How do you price signature edits, and do you show samples or before and after of one of their own prints? Yes. So Annette, if you want to sell a signature edit, and for everybody out there who doesn't know what a signature edit is, check out evolveedits.com, but you can do your own version of that. A signature edit is that shot, which is just a statement piece, an art piece for their home, big sky, big architectural piece, and it looks like this landscape portrait, and then, oh wow, they're in it. And so the way we sell that is, yes, we have to show that. We can't tell them, oh man, you're gonna love this picture. We're gonna do this to it, and this to it, and this to it. You've got to actually do it. You've got to show it to them. And yes, we do show them the before and after, and that lends to it. When they see this, normal image coming out of the camera, and then all of a sudden you go to the next image while they're looking at them, and it's like, boom, new sky, big dark dramatic, special edit. It blows them away. I promise you, you've got to do it. It will be worth it for you. Last question from Amanda. Where is the balance? This is going to be a fun question to answer. I am a one-man show photographer, business owner, wife, homeowner, daughter, older sister, photographer, marketer, traveler, and the list goes on and on. I personally need, some days it's hard to find balance between all that we do. Here's the reality, Amanda. There is no balance. There is absolutely no balance. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, and I'm probably the worst person to talk to on this, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to be ready to wear all those hats. And as your business grows, there's going to become a point where you have both the money and the ability to offload some of these tasks. And what you should be doing now is looking at what you can offload now. And this is how I grew my business. This is why I'm giving you this advice. Some of the first things we were willing to let go of: legal, bookkeeping, editing. Editing is where most of us lose our time. Then you'll start looking at things like maybe some marketing help, some social media help. You're not going to let go of the photography because that's what got you into all this. But when it comes to balance, if you're just starting your business, talk to me in about 10 years, because I'm 8 or 9 years into it and I still have no work-life balance. It doesn't exist. And so anybody trying to tell you it does, like there's dumbass books talking about a 4-hour work week and all these other things, like it's not reality. So if you're a hard worker, nose to the grindstone, delivering a service-based type of product, and your own business, by the way, how can you work less than 40 hours a week? How can you work less than you would work for somebody in a corporate world? I'm saying it's almost impossible, and I think I come from a position of experience on that. So sorry for the bad news on that. So everyone, I hope you enjoy the July issue, our anniversary edition. Thanks for all the great questions. We'll see you next month.